The fuck? What? The fuck wrong with you? Alright, let's see.
Go tell mother. Go tell mother.
Let's see what's going on. My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. Alright. Let's see. Well, damn. Somebody don't want you to inner conflict. Somebody will have inner conflict. Alright. But while I'm hearing Ten of Wands, damn, ain't no inner conflict. Shit gonna always be removed out of your energy. Alright, Spirit, tell me about this job. Tell me about this current job. Alright, standing on business. Alright, working very hard. You didn't have to bring the whole thing. Alright, working very hard, standing on business. Alright, but something's gonna balance something out to where you don't have to work so hard is what I'm hearing. Alright, something is working itself out to where you don't have to work so hard. High Priestess is here. What's going on? Alright, so something is taking off in a new direction. I'm feeling like you're getting a new start when it comes to something. Alright, Aharis, planting a seed. Alright, planting the seed. Is this advancement? Alright, I heard the worst is over. The worst is over dealing with any jobs. The worst is over dealing with people. Alright, there's some sort of opportunity that's coming towards you that's going to allow something to be balanced out. Alright, it's something that you don't see. Alright, you could be over a situation. Alright, so is this a race? Alright, whatever this is, it's happening fast. Alright, it's coming in super fast. Alright, because you agreed to take the journey. Alright, and it's like you're doing something blindfolded. Alright, you're doing something blind. You're just trusting spirit. Right? You're trusting spirits. It's like you're over something. Here, you could be overworking. Fuck it. Alright, stability is here. Alright, the card that keeps coming out, Spirit is going to make sure that you're always provided for. Alright, there's a victory. God damn. Victory and wish fulfillment? I heard your money is not going to be an issue ever again. Where you're going to be able to take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. Somebody was trying to mess up your money. Damn, somebody was trying to cause you fucked up beginnings to where you gotta turn back the hands of time. And darling, you'll be mine. Funny. Funny how time goes by. Somebody would say they could turn back the hands of time. R. Kelly, goddamn. That's my motherfucking song, right? Somebody want to turn back the hands of time, baby. That's what somebody trying to do with the goddamn spell work. Alright, somebody want to make you a slave to the bullshit, but bitch, you can't get your shit in order. Alright, you got too much on your plate, sir. Alright? I appreciate you, love. Thank you. Alright, looking out to calmer waters or just closely, basically, okay, you're just looking at shit and you be like, you know how you look at shit and you be like, I can't believe I did this shit. I can't believe I did that shit for that long. You know what I'm saying? You had to go within to see some shit. Every time I try to leave, something keeps holding me back, telling me I need you in my life. And you don't. That person needed you. Wheel of Fortune, something going in your favor. And something is going in your favor because you listen to God. You know, most people don't get out of shit. Most people don't make it out of nothing. I'm telling you, most people don't make it out. And what was being done behind the scenes, you shouldn't have made it out. But God. Oh, Because somebody damn sure was doing some spell work. All right, picking up a new talent, trying to stop your abundance, but judgment is here, and that's what the fuck they don't see. Hey, somebody trying to stop your money, somebody's money getting completely stopped in they fucking tracks. And not only is it getting completely stopped in they tracks, but shit, god damn, you get them fucking, look at this shit. You got an emperor coming towards you. But things are getting ready to be balanced out. And damn, this is quick as I said that shit. Something's getting ready to be balanced out between you and a masculine, all right? You and a y'all could not, y'all on two different paths, all right? And y'all are getting ready to come into contact with each other. Two, being in the right place at the right time, all right? And it's like, this is coming to you when you're minding your own fucking business as you do, all right? You don't see this shit coming. There's so many good cards peeking out. This is how I know you don't know this coming, because it's like peeking out. It's like saying, I'm over here, I'm over here. She don't know this shit finna happen. She don't know this shit finna happen. All right, it's like you just finna get a domino effect of good shit happening to your life. All right, well, once you feel trapped, all right, you felt like you had to get away. I got to get away. I wanna fly away. Yeah, yeah. That's what the fuck you did. All right, you caused the tower moment. You got the fuck on. You caused the tower moment. You got the fuck on. All right, and you stood in your own shit. All right, because you know what? God is going to take care of every fucking need that you got. I got inheritance here. Yeah, I'm telling you. Fuck that job. I'm telling you, fuck that job. The shit that's coming into you, that's temporary. That's a temporary position. I know this shit from every motherfucking being in my motherfucking soul. That is a temporary position. That shit is temporary because you finna be working on other shit. That was just something to change. That was something to move you. That was just to bring balance around you so the atmosphere could be different, so the energy could be different. While spirit is getting you ready for something, spirit is purple. Oh shit. Spirit say you worked enough. Spirit say you worked enough. You've been working hard your entire life. You've been working hard your entire life trying to make everything motherfucking work. All the fucking time. Even in being in relationships, you are the man in the relationship. You are the masculine energy in the fucking relationship. In any relationships that you have, you're always the masculine energy because you're never in a position to where you can be in your feminine energy because you always got to be the boss around that bitch. All right? And walking away from tired. Walked away. Your abundance is coming from walking away. Check this out, okay? High Priestess. You are seeing, you want me to tell you how much money, how much blessings you've been missing? How much money that nigga owe? God's showing you what the fuck this motherfucker kept you from. I heard that shit loud and fucking clear. I'm sure that's the type of money that's supposed to be coming in. That was the money that was supposed to be coming in. Look, you see this shit? Because a real emperor bring that type of money in. Money like that ain't just leaving. Ain't no money going out. That's a loss. Emperor and empresses don't like that. That's a big ass loss. Dissatisfied. So God had to do something different. Because wasn't no way you was finna be taking all of them fucking L's. God say, I'm talking about God moved right when the information started coming out. Ooh, I'm talking about as soon as you left, As soon as you left, that's all you had to do was fucking leave. Half of the time, all you gotta do is leave. You know how hard it is for a motherfucker to leave? Let go. Gotta really be strong for God to be able to bless you. Because God will tell you to let go of some shit that's all you fucking know. And what you mean, let go? You gotta trust that God gonna handle you, and baby, oh my God, you did that shit. Think about the transition. God said it was gonna be an easy transition. And I said it was gonna be smooth for you. It wasn't hard, and it was smooth as fuck. It was so fucking smooth, and you did that shit so decent. And then you did that shit right up under a nigga nose. Oh my God. Now, how the fuck you pulling on cars, but you couldn't see that chick? You see what I'm saying? Queen of Pentacles. You are seeing that no matter what the fuck going on, baby, God gonna always show you how to move. Soon as God said, I want you to move, immediately, you got that game plan together. Bitch, you start thinking of how we was gonna make shit shape, bitch. I say go panic. I say go panic. You say okay. And you got the fuck on. Oh, that's all you had to do. All you had to do was listen. You know how many people don't fucking listen? Well, you see who don't listen. All you had to do was listen. Listen to the songs deep within. All you gotta do is listen. I'm trying to tell you. And God helped you. All you gotta do is come up with some shit. God say, bet. I got you. I'm gonna help you the rest. That 1% is all you had to give. But if you start stacking, how you stack right up on a nigga nose and he don't know? That means that you ain't paying attention to money. You're not paying attention to finances. You're not paying attention to this fucking household. Because here I am stacking, creating a whole new motherfucking life right up under your fucking nose. That's how much you're not paying attention. That's how you know a nigga got him. Good, because he don't pay attention. And now he want to rush in to balance shit out. No, sir. No, thank you. Because they going to want that help from you to pay that shit back. Because that what he owe is that what you going to have. I promise you. That what he owe, I promise you, that's what you're going to have. What he owe. You think you will be able to do what you need to do with that? Slept just like he slept on you. Look at this shit. Man, you stood on business. Ain't no fucking way, bitch. I'ma smell money. You hear me? Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm going to smell that shit. Ain't no motherfucking way. What's going on, Mel? There's no motherfucking way, bitch. Okay? He slept. Look. That spell work ain't look, the spell work ain't even telling the shit was under the mattress. You see what I'm saying? Worrying about the wrong shit. Worrying about the wrong shit. See, what you should have been asking is, how the fuck is she gonna be? What is she doing? But no, you ain't want to know that. How can I make her stay? How can I make her stay? Woo-hoo! The devil. Come on now. Goddamn. Walking away from the devil for a fucking victory. Spirit, you better. And I mean, walking the fuck away, bitch. I'm talking about gathering your shit, releasing your burdens, going off on your new journey, letting the stars lead you. I'm talking about old fashioned shit. You know, everything be under the mattress. Birth certificate, Social Security. And that shit wasn't even hard what you did. You saw how you saved. You saw how God came through and dropped a check off to you. Unknown money. To where you could stack. Come on now, you gotta know You gotta know that's God. You said you wanted to move. You went and talked to your motherfucking job, and then God dropped a check off on your ass. Ooh, I want to fucking cry. That's just how easy it be. That's why I'm trying to tell these hoes. All it take is a little bit of fucking work. Don't talk about it. You gotta do something. Ooh. You went from being lost in the tower moment to creating to you being the fucking tower moment. All right? Using your intelligence, using your smarts and your street smarts and your book smarts. And you made some shit happen for yourself. Bitch, you left and got your own place and got a whole job. No hiccups. No fucking hiccups. What's going on? No fucking hiccups. Walked into place, filled out your application, and God said, okay, approved. What? Just that easy? Justice? I want to fucking cry so bad because I am so proud of you. You gave to yourself. As much as you wanted love, you said, fuck that shit right now. I'm giving all this love to my motherfucking self. As much as you wanted it and needed, you learned that the love that you needed was the love for self. And bitch, that shit got you up out of that shit. You see how strong love is? It oversees anything that anybody can ever fucking try to do to you. Oh, you gave to yourself. You gave the love opportunity to yourself. Moving on to common waters, things are turning in your motherfucking favor. All because you chose you. That's all you had to do was choose you. Money? Fuck a job. Your money situation gonna be straight. Keep working that bullshit while God keeps showing you shit and watch what the fuck happen. Expect that shit. Look for it because it's coming. I'm telling you, what you saw on that paper was what you finna receive. I'm telling you. What you saw on that paper is what you finna receive. Cause what? You think you can buy a house with that? You think you can buy a house and start a business with that? I think that you can. I think that you can buy a house, and I think that you can start your business with that. And I think that you gonna have enough money to where you can do that, where you can sit down and you can watch your baby grow. Stability. This is why the stability card keep coming out. You see that world behind her? She's straight. She look like she got everything she need. She ain't hurting for shit. But you had to walk away to do it. Because you were sleeping with the enemy. Sleeping with the devil the whole time. Tower moment. Ego death. Let that motherfucker right where he had you fucked up. Because you followed your intuition. Because you follow your intuition and you let go and surrender, bitch. These motherfucking cards talking like a motherfucker. Do you hear me? Queen of Wands. That's you. You know which direction that you want to go in. Alright? You know what it takes to get the things that you want. You see, it don't even take much for real. All you gotta do is want it. All you gotta do is want different. When I tell you you are the, I'm gonna say poster child for all you gotta do is give that 1% and God gonna give you that 99. But see, you gave way more than 1%, and this is why God went so hard with your new beginning. All right, remember when you were saying, I'm doing this shit blind, I don't know what to do. And I said, just keep doing it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you did that shit blind, bitch. You did that shit blind. And you did it in supporting other motherfuckers. Not only was you going through your shit and supporting, You were still helping motherfuckers out. Even when you was going through it. You still was paying your bills. Even while you was making the transition. God made everything fucking easy. Even when shit looked like it was gonna be fucked up, God say push through that shit. Even you gotta kick, scream, close your motherfucking eyes, and walk through the motherfucking storm. You did that. You gave to yourself. You see, that was the time that you was co-creating with spirit. Little did you know. That's where you grew. Brace yourself for an eventful weekend. Yo, I just fucking know that shit ain't finna happen this weekend. You finna move on to Karma Waters. Tell me about this weekend real quick. What's happening for her weekend? Hey, Shine Rise. What's happening? All right, you're walking away from a lot of shit mentally. You are really be like, you know what? No, fuck that shit. I'm really feeling like that's what you on. Yeah, you know it's the okay, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, because you see how your money was being affected. God showed you on that piece of paper that he received how your money was being affected because you was attached to karma. Ooh. Now, if you would have stayed attached to that karma, you would have been losing all of that money in your life. And that's the motherfucking truth. Divine truth. Alright, I'm talking to you, Empress. You would have been sad as fuck. And you would have stayed in that cycle. But you know the truth. So you can never go back. God is showing you the truth of shit so you can't go back. Ooh, download. God is showing you the truth about people so you can't go back. God is making it so where the doors are permanently closed. And that you can forever move forward. And I mean fast. Alright? That's why I say you can't look back. Because it's all types of shit that's happening to people who couldn't stand on business when it came to them. Judgment is happening. Alright? All you had to do, I'm telling you. Woo, I'm telling you. Tell me about this money. Tell me about this job and tell me about this money. What's going on? What's going on? Tell me about this job and tell me about this money. Why are these readings so fire today? The jealous eye. That motherfucker jealous. Insecurities. Because you making shit shake. They threatened by you. You on the money. Alright? The womb chamber. Creation. Feminine power. Sacred emotional space. This card represents a deep emotional sensitivity. Fertility. Inner creation. Alright, inner creation and the ability to birth a new way of loving and a new way of living, might I add. The scroll, hidden truth, sacred information, revelation, important truths may be soon coming to light. Alright, this suggests a conversation, message, confession, clarity is arriving. What is hidden will be revealed. Ain't shit hidden. The sacred mirror, reflection, mirroring, self-awareness. This card reveals that a connection is reflecting something back to you. Wounds, desires, fears, or growth. Projection, blame, refusing to see their own patterns. All right. I allow love to reveal me to my honesty. I allow love to reveal me to my honesty. Alright, the flame of desire, passion, chemistry, and attraction is here. Alright, physical pull. Alright, so you're getting ready to meet somebody with, it's going to be some heavy chemistry here. Alright, the golden gate, comfort without freedom. Alright, so you could have been comfortable in a past situation, but you wasn't free. Now it's straight freedom. Alright, straight freedom. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. The House of Divine. Alright, family conflict, separation, emotional. Alright, I choose peace without abandoning my truth. Alright, you choose peace. Alright, you're not going to abandon your truth, which is yourself. Alright, let's see. The Dream Gate. Alright, messages through your dreams, visions, and subconscious. Your intuition is heightening. All right. I honor the wisdom that reaches me beyond words. All right. This card can point to intuitive dreams about a person, relationship, or emotional patterns. Pay attention to what your spirit is trying to show you. All right. And spirit had to remove you in order to show you this shit. All right. And that is your read. All right. Does anybody over here on YouTube want a reading? All right, donation readings are available. All right, if you would like to send in a donation and get a read, all right, now is the time. All right, if you are wanting a moon read, if you purchase a moon read, full moon reads, which are $25 right now, all right, and you get one of the other readings half off. All right, if you purchase a moon read, you can get one of the other readings half off. All right, the $50 vent session, tarot session, 30 minutes for $50. Buy one, get one free at this time. Is there anybody who's wanting a reading, or everybody just on this bitch talking? What's going on? Hey, y'all. I wish my family members that are watching me would come forward, but I know y'all too pussy to do that. And I mean that shit. I keep holding on. What's going on, Blue Shay? Let's see what else I can pull for you. Your readings be long as hell because everybody else scared to get reading. They just want to watch. I'm gonna start blocking people. Thank you, love. All right, Ace of Lightning. Something getting ready to happen real fast. I'm talking about real fast. That's crazy because I usually use lightning bolts when it comes to your readings. All right, something is happening fast because you moved out of a cycle. All right, you're no longer in a cycle. Ooh, I don't know if you remember the card where it was a card. The sword was still in the stone. You hadn't pulled the sword out of the stone yet. You didn't pull that bitch the fuck out. On your other reading, the sword was in the stone. All right, but now the stone has been released. All right, meaning you had to be to a certain power. You know, just like Thor. You know how certain people can't touch the hammer. You got to be of a certain light to touch that shit. All right. Something is happening fast. All right, because you release yourself from this karmic cycle. All right, you see that opening right there? All right, so you were constantly going around and around just like they are, but they didn't know that it was a way out. All right, Spirit had to show you a way out. All right, Spirit showed you a way out. Spirit showed you a way out. It's like Spirit opened up a door for you that you didn't even know was there. All right, it's like Spirit did some shit that you didn't even know you could do type energy. All right, and be good. Spirit has you to trust him. You literally jumped out on motherfucking faith, like hard as hell. All right. 8 of Wands. Ooh, something finna happen fast. Something getting ready to be released. Something getting ready to be released. Something from your ancestors. Ooh, the 9 of Rings. All right, it's a whole bunch of money finna be released. All right, it's a whole bunch of abundance getting ready to be released. This is what you don't see, and this shit keep coming out. And this shit, I know this shit make it. It's like a spirit is keep telling you that you're on the right path. You're doing what it is that you need to do. All right, if anybody is wanting unlimited to the end of the year, all right, $50, unlimited to the end of the year. All right, if anybody is wanting 2 years of unlimited readings, all right, 2 years of unlimited readings, $100. All right, it comes with 12 burn and releases if you are interested. All right, Gaia is here. All right, God got his hands all over you is what I'm hearing. All right, Ace of Fire. Some sort of passion. I feel like the momentum is gaining. The momentum is gaining. Something is happening quickly. All right. Somebody is being hunted by your ancestors for sure. All right. Somebody is being hunted by the things that they did. All right. Somebody is spirit lighting a fire up under somebody's ass. All right. Somebody tried to place burdens on you, and now somebody is carrying a load. All right. Somebody has to deal with self. Somebody don't like the way it look. Somebody don't like the way they look in the mirror. All right. But you're celebrating. Somebody don't like what the fuck they did. Somebody don't like the outcome they did. All right. Somebody look, money leaving. This card in reverse. Money is leaving. Something is coming back and hunting them from their past. All right. So because somebody wanted to fuck with your money, their money is severely getting fucked with. And that's how you know who been fucking with your money the most, or who was trying to fuck with your stability the most. The person in your life that money is fucked up the most. And that be the person that's close to you. Somebody who thought that they was a master manipulator, all right, but you a master manifester. So it's see the difference? Master at manipulating, but bitch, I'm the master at transmuting and making shit happen in my motherfucking life. All right, you are surrounded. All right, ain't shit finna happen to you. All right, easy selling from here on out. And that is your read. Ooh, you got love coming in. Justice is here. You got love coming in as well. Spirit gonna keep telling you that. Easy selling. You ain't gotta worry about a goddamn thing. Y'all remember I told y'all I wanted to read these cards without the book? These are Sonic cards. You see how I just start picking these bitches up and start using them? I told you. It be in you. It just be in you, and it's just gonna awaken. It's just gonna keep waking up. I've been wanting to use these cards by themselves. I've been telling y'all that shit. And God is showing me how to use them. This is why I'm more. And plus, I like the way they control. Somebody got to walk away. Somebody got to walk away. Somebody is sad. All right. Somebody got to pay back something and they don't know how. Somebody finna come to you for answers because you are the problem solver, but you ain't gonna be able to help them with this, and neither are you. All right, they gotta figure this shit out on their own, because the same way that, look, they wanted this shit for you, so you can run to them. But no, you in your power. All right, you being connected to your ancestors. All right, God is doing something major in your life. All right, ain't nobody fucking with you. Look, you see how you being protected? Anybody fucking with you? The hottest nigga under the sun. Justice is here. All right, that's the emperor. That's the emperor's card. And then you got justice right here. I'll be damned. All right, God about you. You see God back there watching? God do not play. All right, is anybody wanting a reading? Is anybody wanting a reading? The same people getting readings. Which I guess you the only person that give a fuck about your life. Ooh, straight. Is anybody on YouTube wanting to read them before I end this live? Phantom, you finna disappear. Cause God finna do something where you can. I heard you finna cut your phones off. Look, I dug that card again. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. Alright, victory is yours. Look at these motherfuckers running crying, being haunted. Look at this shit. Spirit show telling. Spirit telling. See, look, that was the sword before it got pulled. You done pulled that hoe out. That means you in your power. Somebody tried to pull the sword out and couldn't. Somebody tried to do something they wasn't supposed to, and now they being hunted. Because only person can put their hands on it is you. And now somebody is being haunted from the past. Alright? You finna receive money. Alright? Water spirits is significant. Talked about this shit the other day, companionship. All right, the person who you were in companionship with, this person is looking at themselves now, eternal flame. All right, they seeing that whatever, you can't be blown out. Your light can't be blown out, eternal flame. All right, baby, you are connected to something unreal. You see that portal? The shit that's on that other side, a big need not dare fuck with you. Oh shit. And that is your read. Something, look, being freed. Look at all your blessings. Being freed. Because the motherfucker was holding you back and them shits is coming through quickly. Now your blessings can flow. And that is your read. Is anybody over here on YouTube or wanting a read? All right. Donation reads are available. All right. If you do not want to pay full price for a full reading. All right. Donation reads are available. Is anybody wanting a read before I go? All right. Moon reads are $25 at this time. All right. It does come with a burn and release if you are interested. All right, the last 10 minutes. Does anybody want $10 generals? The last 10 minutes. If not, I'm going to go ahead and go. All right, does anybody want a general read? A $10 general read? Justice and celebration, baby. You getting ready to celebrate. I guess people just want to hear about other people's, everybody else's success. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Have a good one. I guess people only want to hear about other people's